G'day guys, welcome to the MailBag review show for Caulfield Blue Diamond Day. We've got Walshy on with us today to add some more insight from what happened with the betting and all that sort of stuff on track, which would be great. Beautiful day yesterday.
Oh,
Let's
the
get into
the
it.
written by day.
Yes, it was a very good day. Rip into it, eh?
Yeah, let's just get straight into it. Race 1.
It's very early here, so just bear with us.
Yeah, bear with us. So I think, first of all, the wind played a bit on the day, but I actually don't reckon it affected many of the races.
I couldn't disagree more.
Okay. I'm going to say what I think happened with the inside rail early is they put 3 millimeters of water on in the morning, and what you've had happen is there's a northerly which is pushing away from the rail, and just in that straight, they've been able to, at least for the majority of the day, if not all the day, just keep on kicking on that rail 1 to 2 to 3 off, and it may have just been a bit firmer.
It's typical Caulfield track one.
Yeah.
Typical good rated Caulfield track, which has a slight tendency for leaders to go well.
Very much.
But I think each race is its own beast.
Yeah.
And very hard to accurately review because that wind was not consistent and it was gusty and
Definitely changed all throughout the meeting.
Well, let's just get in and out.
Yeah.
yeah.
Caulfield race 1, 3 seconds outside of course record. I'd say that's a decent clip for these, based on there are quite a few resumers, and Homesman's led them around with Sis Montaigne. Sis Montaign's under the whip at the 600, and Homesman's just trucking along. The only thing that looked like ever getting into it was Elmandon, and what you've had happen is you've had a Group 3 winner from the UK come on over who ran third in a Group 1 in the US. It's been gelded. New trainer for the Hickmont stable. They were never not going to try and win this race. You know the pride of this stable. They're always going to try and win it. The horses weren't, realistically, I'd say Dicko thinks that the horses probably weren't even close to their top, but they're just too good for them.
Let's just sit there. Class prevailed.
Yeah.
And we've got a favourite. This is a 78 rider. The weight scale favoured the class runners, and they probably ran 1-2.
Was it a fill up for you?
If this race would have been race 8 or race 9, it would have been a fill-up.
Yeah.
The punters seem to bet. They just don't get to the course on time, and the general punter, not the institutional punter.
Sick pups like us, so that's
Yeah.
11.
But it would have been good. Bedford would be a better horse next prep.
Yeah, it's on the way up.
Yeah,
It's just not there yet.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bedford goes out for a while.
yeah, of course. It's had a huge prep. It's gone from a 0 to 64 to winning an 84 to being put in an open class handicap race.
Golden Main's probably got another run in it somewhere.
It's
easier.
consistent. It just runs so well, that horse. I think they've got it going better than ever.
It's a great order.
Yeah.
The two
Gaelic Chieftain.
The two Lloyd horses were nowhere near their top.
Well,
But they did both have spurs on, so there wasn't 10. But
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3, or numbers 1, 2, and 3 are going to go on to to better class of races. Gaelic Chieftain, well, where is it as a horse?
Yeah.
It might not be to the standard of 1, 2, and 3.
It's a Geelong Cup standard, realistically. That's what the horse is. And you've probably got Elmandon's a Melbourne Cup winner, so it's class above. And Homesman, realistically, I'd say it's class above as well. It's Group 1 competitive.
I'd rather have shares in Homesman though than Elmandon now. If I got to buy them today.
Yeah, of course you would, because one's an 8-year-old, one's a 4-year-old.
And one's better
I
rated
mean,
as well.
for this next prep then.
Yeah.
Even as an 8 and 4-year-old.
Don't write off Elmandon.
I'm not writing it off. I'm just saying
It's
really
second
like
up
the way
runner.
Homesman moved.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say if Elmandon was fitter, if you were to say which one was the fitter horse, would you say Homesman was the fitter horse?
No.
Okay.
Righto.
There might be a big factory down there with all the cash they burn on these imports, and I'll just do the same thing while I look at them. They look identical.
I've heard they spent a lot.
I've heard he spent 25 mil over there.
But that's a drop in the ocean for him.
I know, but just give us one of that and I can buy a house.
He probably can't. not where we're doing the show at the moment.
Not in Melbourne or Sydney.
Get a unit.
Yeah.
Alright, race 2.
1800 metres.
Regan Bayless stole this, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Valiant Spirit. And
Fill up for you?
Once again, it was an early race. I was heavily tipping Mr. So-and-so that ran a very honest sort of race. It was in the Zara It was actually inside of Astoria, which is not where I thought it would be, but they wouldn't have beat the leader anyway. Yeah, Regan Bayless outrode him from a wide draw, just got to the top and kept on kicking, and I didn't think the form from that Moonee Valley race would stack up in this, but I was very wrong, and thankfully the majority of the punters were wrong as well.
So when I did my form on Thursday night for this race, Pergugia, which is that race, it beat Valiant Spirit in that race. I had it on top in this race, and I think I've made a fundamental error in my form because I go back over all the factors of Valiant Spirit, and I could have quite easily found it. The one thing that I was discounting it on was it had a history of sometimes jumping poorly, which I thought was going to be a big negative on the day if it happened. But it got out to $21 and it's run very well. I was very much against Mr. So-and-so and even Astoria. They didn't tick the factors at the prices that I wanted. Especially Mr. So-and-so it was always going to have to go back and not be suited by Caulfield. I think it's a good horse, and Flemington next start will suit it to a T.
I'd say Astoria and Mr. So-and-so really win, yeah.
I reckon this is a second grade.
But it's also a second grade race. Like, I think it's out in front doing what it wants, and then there's a pack of horses that are just trying to get the 800, and Mr. So-and-so and Astoria are stayers behind them, and they're just dictated to by those guys trying to get the trip.
Oh, no, agreed.
And then Regan's off and gone.
But what I mean, this race, I don't reckon it's going to be a real strong form reference going forward. I don't think it's a strong group too.
Apart from the winner, they've kind of come home almost in betting order as well. Like, you're not surprised by the top six, because they're pretty much the top six, maybe without one other one that you'd maybe include in there. So I think form's kind of prevailed, apart from with the winner. Big night, Dicko?
Yeah, large. Thought 1-1-2 is a nice type, and I'm interested to see where it goes next, if it goes for something a little bit easier.
Do you think it needs further, or...?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
Alright, race 3, Overshares race. Great ride.
Yeah.
Great ride, done.
That
Shit.
10 out of 10 ride by Dwayne Dunn. They've overdone it early. They've gone from a 10.24, which is just suicide pace, and into a 10.79. The ones on speed, there's no shock that they fell back into the laps of a few of them.
Well, in some races on the day, they just kept going, didn't they?
Not when they went overly strong, apart from the Oakley Plate, where I think Snitty Kitty's the type of horse that's completely suited to that, and that's why I could justify
horses, I guess.
Yeah.
I've had a good crack here. I did it again, and
prevailing wins,
saving Wild Heart. What'd the betting do here? Was there much action now?
Yeah, there was. It wasn't really. I did it again, firm late.
It really firmed late.
Yeah,
I took maybe. It's been a big night, but maybe $5.20.
It was $6 in a. I think it was. It touched 6 on the fair and got into 480 on the fair.
The last 4 minutes.
Overshare was in and out and drifted, but it was still. It was in. It may have drifted, but it was still in the market, sort of thing. It wasn't.
What they do with prevailing wins?
There was a bit of money for Wild Heart as well. Piracy should have drifted further. It played up at the start, kicked the barrier, that sort of thing. I actually I couldn't get any cash off the ground. I stepped into Piracy and laid it on the fair, because when you hear they're playing up and vetted, you should just add a few dollars to the price. But
I think it's just a great ride by Dunn, and I don't know what. As soon as D-Lane hands up, which it sounds like he had to from the tempo they're going.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be on it.
And it was a really good run when you still watch the final 200. It was held up for kind of the things falling back onto him.
In my mind, it was held up the whole straight.
I don't think he would have won.
I haven't watched the replay.
I don't think he would have won, but he probably would have got within half a length of them, I think. It was a really good run.
I'm a potting negative machine. Once again, I'm not going to take too much out of this race either. Like, these 3-year-olds aren't going to match up to Kementara and Trapeze Artist and Co, are they? If you had to...
Overshare's got more to come, and I'd be interested to see what they're doing with Wild Heart. Like,
I thought Auburn flew home late, but once again, that may just be its style. It got too far back in a race that...
Yeah, but it was quite forward. Streets of Avalon ran third, and as I said, I backed it in a Swan Hill Maiden or something like that, and it got beat. Or Warwick Nabil or somewhere, like a really, like, you know...
Low jockey.
I was working there, and it was out in the west of the state.
If you think Dunn's ride
or
was
even
good,
Echuca, it might have been Echuca, I can't remember. But it ran third. They penned the race.
yeah, Streets of Avalon had the perfect run. Dead set. If you go rewatch it, it had every shot. Back in class.
How sick is he?
That's fine.
Yeah.
But as I said, they couldn't win for me in a shit pot maiden.
And it wasn't winning there.
And it's ran third in a what's this? This is a Group 3.
Yeah.
So no, gone.
Race 4, Summersham beat Palazzo Vecchio and Miss Wahoo.
This is very much on speed dominated race. Summersham jumped like a length faster than all of them and just was never contested for a speed and just allowed to win it. Palazzo Vecchio I thought looked quite an interesting runner, but I didn't have it as tip or anything like that. I did definitely have something on it on the day because I thought it looked particularly well in the yard. It's ran a good race but fairly beaten. Miss Wahoo more forward. I had it going either back or just not on speed. It was a good ride. It had every chance.
Yep.
Smart Coupe. What do we make of that?
I laid in the run.
Yeah. It was never really
The horses that were slightly slow away
far it was in front of them.
used up to cross
Yeah.
and get a position for the majority of the day lost.
Well,
And a horse that, whether it was the wind or whatever, a horse that sat midfield and had to make a run,
Yeah.
who initiated its run and sucked others into the race, cooked. Like your Mighty Bosses, horses like that. Like Smart Coupe is cooked. It's still not in.
Yeah.
And they're going quick.
Look where See Me Exceed settled. After being replated, you wanted to be off See Me Exceed.
Yeah, we
Once
backed
again,
it. I laid out of
Did
it.
you get out of it? Because I know you'd be against that factor.
Replaying, yeah. Look, I really got stuck up one here, and it would have been the most expensive yearling in the race easily.
What?
We've got a horse by Animal Kingdom out of Miss Finland.
Oh yeah, Earth Angel.
It was $6 out to $15.
Wow.
And, I don't know how it could get to that price with that jockey on. It must have been really trying hard. It ran accordingly too.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Well, See Me Exceed, who was replated, smashed it home, like from the same area. So,
See Me Exceed is probably one of the horses I want to follow for the meeting. It is a cracking type.
I'd be interested.
Counterplay hit the line all right there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, scary stable, aren't they?
Yeah, well, when they bring them over, they travel them. But that was a winning race for me because just the mapping left me with Summersham. It did after the first couple of races. You knew it was going to probably lead, and thankfully kicked on because I did lay Palazzo.
Just to explain the torture of my week though, until
Torture of your week.
well, I still could have won.
Fuller than a state school after last night. Yes, Arvo.
I could have won a bit more.
Oh, you could always win a bit more.
Summersham has just beaten over and above at a Ballarat Maiden, which I was at.
Mm-hmm.
Then to come out and won at Moonee Valley. I've had a small fortune on over and above at fours on Wednesday and on a Wednesday meeting.
Yeah. Yep.
SP 264 on Betfair and got rolled. And here's Summersham coming out and winning a good race on Saturday.
Yeah, counterplays the one I'd be with out of this race anyway for mine.
See Me Exceed for me. Anything, Drew? Speed up a bit.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't follow any of them at this stage.
Race 5. How do you find this?
Best horse won.
Yeah, it drifted. It drifted horribly, and then it was ridden perfectly. Whereas
nothing.
Like last start, it was backed heavily and ridden horribly.
See, I spoke to.
But normally, betting's a good indication of the ride.
I spoke to Drew last night about this, I think, and if it was first up in this race, it would have been $2 something.
Yeah.
It's because it had to pour first. It might have just needed the blow.
And it didn't appreciate not leading and being inside of runners first up, is what I'd say as well. And they went a fairly quick first up.
All right, now what do we do with Monte's Secret? Because I'm in love with his horse, and I think it might be back.
Yeah.
It was pretty dirty when I told him that they paid 3 places on Betfair and it was $10 to place.
There's 90s on the fair. I took 90.
I think I
But he didn't take the place.
Science Edition got out to 4.6. What did it pay on the tote? 420, yeah.
420.
No, 420 SP, yeah. I
Yeah.
think it touched 4.6.
That was 470, I reckon, is the highest it got.
Good race for you? Bad race?
Oh, well, Science Edition's one of mine.
So good.
Good. I backed. You know, I
Just
wasn't
see-
traditional.
just see the betting he's doing up there.
Yeah, I back. It just got out to 2 big odds. It was just huge. I think we said on the show Thursday. I said on the show, yeah, it's a bit short at 220, but it's the best
double
horse.
its price. It's a totally different like from what you say on our previous show. It's a totally different game because
We let Drew loose. What do you reckon the ride of Just a Halo, Drew?
I would simply say that this race was handed to Silent Sedition because Just a Halo was ridden not to lead. They were very happy to take a sit. And then the sectional data tells you that Silent Sedition just got away with murder out front. Willow just had a happy time out there and was never getting beat. Considering that he was second up on the horse against a first up Samovar, you've got Just a Halo who's deep into a prep and I don't think has the ability to pass these. And even, look, Flippant was really well backed, but it wasn't going to be appreciating the tempo. It wants harder tempo than that. So it was kind of just, if you got the really slow tempo and you got the 460, you're laughing.
Yeah, that's it. How about this? Samovar is a myth.
Ooh.
God, it was back.
I've ridden Myth for 2 horses on this meeting. One's not Samovar.
It's won a 0 to 84, and then it's I love Lane
I assume
Samovar.
you
It's
would
been
have laid the
beat.
shit out of it because it like in its prep. Like it's not won very often, and it always SP's right near the top.
Yeah, you ran my
And
worst.
it's normally underdone as well first up.
It was
basically.
very forward first
They
up.
come over from
Might have
Perth
even
and
had Spurs on.
Yeah.
they're declaring it from Perth. It's one race over the.
I don't know
Yes,
what to
it's
do
a-
with flipping. It's becoming a bit of a muncher for me, but we'll probably win next start if I get off.
I think in
What do you
big
think?
fields it's a good horse.
Oh, look, I'm not worried about it. Silence Edition goes to another good race and wins, doesn't it? Like in a good mare's race, it's quality mare.
Yeah, it makes its own luck.
Yeah.
I think Monte's Secret is in for a big prep. I'm
Yeah.
back on board.
How far is what's its optimum distance range? Because this isn't.
Oh, it gets further than this.
Yeah,
1600.
Silence Edition.
2000. No, Monte's
Montes.
Secret.
Montage, yeah.
2,000 maybe.
I reckon the High Shaft by Thunder Gulch, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
1800 would be it'll hit its
Yeah,
straps.
it's a really nice horse.
And I don't mind Courtsons either. Training horses, they're not the worst.
They're not the best.
They're not bad. They're not.
They're no Mitch Friedman.
Well, I just think I'll be really interested to see what they do with this horse because this is a good horse. They need to place it correctly, book the right jockeys. Like they're a big city stable. They need to win races with good horses like that.
We did win the Group 1 Vinery.
Did you see how you won that?
They come down there to kick up the
Down-
inside,
down the middle,
down the outside.
Bang, bang. Remember?
There's
What
one
about
of
the
the
way?
races.
What about the way home last night? So I'm just bouncing around the car. Drew's driving me, and Rob sends through Lofty's menu on top. So
I know.
You know when you flush and you just have a little bit more on.
Well, I know
So-
because I sat there and I was packing up to go home. And they said I was a protest in the last. I'm like,
Yeah. So I've smacked Kamatari because he declared it.
yeah.
And I smacked Lofty's, and then there's the protest.
Yeah.
It took ages, and then I watched Chris Waller in the protest when I got home. He was just like going to the James Vermeer or whatever.
The
Cook,
steward.
can't remember his name. No, the
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, yeah.
Yeah.
Going, Jean-Claude, did you or did you not? Do you want to ride my horses, little man?
Oh, is that what?
That's what he was actually doing, you know? Do you want to ride for the biggest stable in New South Wales, possibly Australia? Then say that you interviewed my runner, please.
Oh.
I'm sitting there going, no. No. But we got it dismissed. thank
Well,
God.
I got that paid for my dining, which my dining cost me a shitload. Not through the actual cost of the food, but the service, the internet connection, just the general
Missing Pete.
poor play by me, which it would have, like, it's literally cost thousands because the last one was $50.
I missed that. What happened? What was it? A $50 winner?
Pistol had a $50 winner.
And the race before was $34.24 and a $9 each way special. It's cost me
I
thousands.
was
for
well on my
nothing.
way then.
And
I
Pete.
think I texted him and said, oh, don't let me miss the next one, tag me in it. It's like, that was race 8, mate.
Fanabar run I was at the pub, like at a pub, and Fanabar was running at the Dogs, which is Fanabar's a fantastic greyhound. I'm like, oh, watch this, hit the line. I'm like, right, I better bet on Perth. I'm like, oh, you're fucking kidding me. I'm like,
You are a full victim, aren't you?
The Perth stuff's been unreal. I think it's been unreal too because you finish off after the races, you come home and you're like, oh, you're either chasing or in front. Either way, throwing a $20 bet or a $30 bet, it's not a hell of a lot. But if you have 30 on something at 50s, so it's a fat return. So anyway, race 6,
Costello like.
Yeah, Drew's the only one who didn't back that in.
I did back Win by on the day, I'll be fair.
He doesn't back the movers often because he thinks that'll make him lose. What a victim.
Hello, Ross Brody.
I was with Roscoe on Friday night.
Yeah. Righto.
Race 6, Brave Smash wins them, 1400 metres, Futurity Stakes.
This was a big win. Fucking hell, it was cantering. Oh, yep. He's like giving it 2 or 3, not even whips. Just like, go now.
Yep.
So I'd say, first of all, Ollie did the unthinkable on Lord of the Sky and takes a sit. Stewart's report, he got questioned, said there was no tactics given. Lang says the tactics given were preferred to lead. The horse has never passed another horse in its life. It was never going to win a Group 1 race.
So that's not really good enough, is it?
No, it's not. And regardless of how poorly it ran, that's then set tempo out of the race, and then it's just made it a really strange race from there for anyone who's tried to...
True. It's a blank shooting milk drinker. Copped your right whack.
Now, what I would say is they went a second faster the
I
first...
love having you on the show.
You copped your right whack. It's a common knowledge. It's a cat.
Yeah, it's a cat that still produces the milk for me.
Well, it's got no milk. That's why. Oh, geez.
They went a second faster than the Silence Edition race, first 400 of that tells you how slow they went in the Silence Edition race. Brave Smash had the perfect run. Like it was never getting beat. Tosin Stardom, massive run, worst ground, respect. Showtime, great run out front. Humidor, massive. My follow from the meeting. That horse is flying.
But if they're going quick, Drew, Humidor's going to be favored.
Yeah, but not over this distance.
First up,
Yeah, but it's going to...
I'd been told that this horse was going horrible.
I'm with Drew.
Oh, no, the horse is big boy.
And Mighty Boss is a myth of a horse.
Yep.
It is an absolute myth. It should have been $20.
Well, shock horror. If you didn't lay Mighty Boss, you don't have fundamentals of punting that you believe in.
Yeah.
If you have like set rules, that is a lay every day.
Yeah.
The fucking thing is
Balls
won
with
one race and SP'd fucking $101.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it still makes me feel sick because
The horse doesn't
it
know what
fucking
else it
beat
is.
Kementari, which I had a small fortune on, and then 20 minutes later,
You got the Kementari cash
pisses
back.
in. Sydney,
Yeah.
this horse should be a maiden.
I know how much you had on Kementari, mate. You got the money back.
Can't be made. It's won 2 races. One a maiden at Pakenham.
Yeah, well there you go.
What about
So
Snips?
it could be if like it didn't fluke around up the inside, it'd have one win to its career, a maiden at Pakenham.
I thought it was good.
And then it's SPing $5 against fucking Tosin Stardom. For fuck's sake. Like, what is the world coming
This is
to?
the X-rated version of the review show.
What is the world like? Brave Smash, Group 1. Tosin Stardom, Group 1. Showtime, Group Horse. Humidor, Group 1. Snitson has ability. Mr. Sneaky has ability.
It's run third in a Group 1 since
Shillelagh ability. Mighty Boss.
Group 1 winner.
Yeah.
Proper Group
At
1 winner.
$101.
That's all right. I've got time for it. But Snitson will win a race somewhere this prep.
Yeah,
too,
I
reckon.
think it's sort of one to follow. Humidor's great run.
The Australian Cup's probably going to be a good field. They all go to it, which is good. Which it should be too, because it's the
Just
Australian
imagine
Cup.
if they actually nominated Tosin Stardom for the Australian Cup. This stable just confuses the hell out of me. Like, this horse is going so well.
That's just because you love the futures bet, though.
Yeah, they did screw me on the futures bet,
When
but
we
my
get-
futures
when we
bet
get
was
to-
already gone.
When we get to race 9,
But-
I said the match race or Humidor versus Galileo Chop be entered, wouldn't it, or not?
Yeah, that'd be Australian Cup. Yeah.
So we're all happy there. Let's go to
kick
the
on.
let's
Race
go to
7, Blue Diamond.
Dicko's Phil.
It's this was an enormous.
Yeah, it's a
run.
huge win.
Like, forgot it was
Yep.
massive.
Completely. But it looked green. I mean, in the run it looked green. It just sort of wobbled around, but it just pissed him.
It's fucking superstar, and it's probably my favourite horse. Definitely my favourite horse at the moment.
Kinky Boone got willowed. It was said that.
Kinky Boone paraded best, in my opinion. They all paraded very well. Most of them did. surprised that Aristocratic Mist ran so well. So it's run 6 in a Blue Diamond. It couldn't win for me at fucking Morphettville when I backed it at $2.50 and it's SP at $1.60 on Betfair. But here it is running 6 in a Blue Diamond. Khalifa good. They're all pretty solid. Kinky Boom never got out. Longleaf.
Ennis Hill was good considering it was lame.
Yeah, stuck on for night. Now,
it paraded like a skunk.
Did you just keep putting it in? Because they kept backing it.
Yeah, I did. I went from tipping it Thursday night. I couldn't believe it. Why do people run these quality horses lame? Like, it's not good for their... Especially as a 2-year-old, I don't think it's good for their mental state. But it was good for... It was short. Like, it was $7 fixed odds prior to being lame.
Yeah, it should have... Okay, I reckon I had it rated an $8 chance if it wasn't lame, right? And... You know, I was on it at $51, so I'm a bit biased. So let's say it was a $10 shot, right? Just to take it out.
I thought it would have started $15.
It should have been $30 on the day, coming off a lameness issue. I
$20.
openly said that I've taken my money out of
$20.
I've taken my money out of the horse. You can't be on them. You just can't.
Yeah, I laid it easily at $8 and then laid it again at $7.50. So I mean, there was still money for it, but it obviously it's not right. So it can improve. You know, it's a forgivable ninth.
That's good money for written by A.
Yeah, well, it was
10s and 5s, really.
I know down. Yeah, that's like in the 25 minutes from betting. I know there's some $7 and $7.50 bet downstairs, and it was pretty much $5.50 across the board at a jump, which is a solid move in a deep race like that. Drawing barrier 18, so no, good on Geordie Childs.
What an excellent ride, and a thoroughly like.
Well, can win the slipper, can't it? If it goes up there.
I haven't seen the other horses. I suppose you need to compare them on times. That's what you can do. I just think that the way the way he's done
one
this
with
prep,
improvement in it, didn't it?
Such a astute, well planned out preparation by Graham B. Gave it one run at Sandown. Yeah, this horse is as good as I thought it was. Like at home. Yeah. Put it away. Get it just right.
It's great when you speak through your kick.
Especially when you're right.
Yeah.
The one run of the race.
What about Full Sickness though? I was watching it with what's his name?
Oh,
Josh.
Yeah,
Josh, and so it's it has paid probably 6s on the fair.
Yeah.
So I've got it $34, and he's like telling me, he's like, get some out of it, like get something out of it, like lay some back.
Who's this?
Josh.
Oh,
young guy. Anyway, I just let it all go.
No, that's the way to do it. You got to.
It's the best.
I think we had this discussion one of the shows in earlier. I'm like, no, go all in on these things.
Yeah. I haven't been that excited since Peaceful State won at Sandown.
I would just say Embaha, really, really good run. You got to remember that horse was like on speed last start when it won, and he's come from dead last. That horse is going places.
Got a good jockey on it too.
Yeah.
I think O'Hood's
your favourite, Corey.
Oh, good on him. He's
O'Hood's done nothing wrong. It's probably the run of the race.
It's patent.
I'd say I reckon Embaha gets close to ridden by if it draws a better barrier. They just have to go back from there because it doesn't have.
I don't know what race you.
I don't know
what race you were watching, mate. It wouldn't have got closer. Written by was green. It was wobbling.
I'm more saying written by has more upside.
Yeah,
no doubt about
that. It's
going
too fast.
It's going too fast. It's speed wobbles. Pissed on him.
I think O'Hood and Written by the runs of the race. Look at O'Hood here.
Yeah.
Fast.
Look who's behind him. Embaha.
Yeah, so he's towing him into the race.
Righto, Oakley Plate. Nowhere near the quality of the Lightning Stakes.
But how good! This has just kept it rolling. Russian Revolution is a beast. It's as forward as I've ever seen him. Obviously, don't see him all that often. His manners were quite good. This was a race full of psychopaths in the yard. Hellbent was pretty well behaved.
Hellbent was very unlucky.
Very unlucky.
Lady Esprit lost it in the yard, and then on the track. And all like one time a year punters were like really loving it. Oh!
At $71, Lady Esprit's run a huge race considering it lost it in the yard. Like its final sectionals were just sensational.
Yeah, that pig. Shardell, it's cooked.
Off to the breeding barn.
Furyk.
Geez, I've done some money on Shardell over the years.
She Will Rain. Cooked.
You were saying She Will Rain's gone, weren't you?
Yeah, it's cooked.
Did you put it in?
Yeah, I did in the end. Not for as much. Catchy, I stood for the most because the pattern of racing just wasn't going to suit her.
I'm a big Catchy fan, you know that, and I couldn't have it there.
Yeah.
It was way under.
Oh, some am I, but it's just the state of the track, the pattern of racing. I also stood Furyk, which is one of my horses.
It didn't parade that well. It was okay, but I was expecting it to be much more forward.
Just going to get back in the run. Well, that's good to know because like Furyk will go to one of those
what do you do with
mares races and just be too good for him.
What do you do with these horses going forward now?
Do you want me to give you
Snitty Kitty?
Do you want me to give you sectionals?
It's gonna SP $2 or $1.90 somewhere in a softer race.
Bonds away was a good run. It's wasn't suited. Poor draw. Get back.
Trialled very well to suggest it was as far as it probably could be.
Booker, big
No,
run.
but what I'm saying is it wasn't suited.
Booker's
by the pattern.
flying.
Yeah.
Booker's one of the upside, I reckon.
Booker was the run of the race for mine based on the barrier cost it the win. Like, it's gone from barrier 15, it's just had to settle
Russian
further
Revolution
back.
did sit like fucking 4 wide.
He rode it like it was a moral.
Yeah.
He rode it like it was the best horse in the
Right.
race. But yeah, Hellbent was the unlucky runner, which is
But the thing is, Hellbent's often going to be the unlucky runner because it sucks runs up the middle.
Yep.
Whereas like Snitty Kitty, Russian Revolution, Booker, done a fair bit of work.
Did
Especially Snitty
10,
Kitty.
20,000 to the 800, and then 10, 30, 800 to 600. Those are just low-flying sectionals early that they've have to do. And City Kitty paid for it late. That was my bet of the day. I'm happy that it ran second, paid $3 plus the place. Went 1 by 3.
I backed Hellbent each way in the morning.
Russian Revolution.
After
It was
the yard.
it was good odds. 490, 530 or something.
Yeah.
I might touch.
Well,
I
Dicko had it on
also
top, so I had
backed.
to back
I
it.
also had a small spec at Glenelg, but just more as a trade bet.
Yeah, it was just at best.
But I didn't get anything out of it at that point of the day because I was just.
Would you say this is
flying.
Would you say this is one of the strongest Oakley plates you've seen in a while?
No,
No?
because all the real good horses run in the Lightning.
No, Russian Revolution's a serious horse.
Do you not
Yeah,
think,
serious horse, but it's not.
Didn't Shardell win this race?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like these.
Russian Revolution shits on that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I think the previous couple of years have been a bit average.
Oh yeah, you might be
I
right
think this
there,
is a step up.
but the best sprinters aren't. The best sprinters are a bit Flemington. They'll be in the Newmarket and that sort of stuff. Like, yeah, it's a Group 1. It's not the Lightning. It's not the Newmarket.
Has the Russian been down straight?
Yeah, I think it has. I'd have to go back through. I opened it up there.
Talk about race 9, Drew, and I'll find that.
I got it here for you.
You don't have the answer. Race 9.
Yeah, it's been down straight, ran 4th in the Coolmore.
Yeah, but see the Coolmore. Once again, the Coolmore's a proper. You know what beat it? Is that flying? No,
SP $9.
is that Flying Artie's one?
It is Flying Artie,
Yeah. See how good a race was that?
Oh, look at that. At Flying Artie, a stern star turn.
Look at 6th. Manalo Blahnik. Didn't even remember that.
No,
Strange
that's.
choice.
I'd be happy to risk it down the straight against the proper.
It's all a spectacle though. It all comes down to like Science
But
Edition.
Red-
Like, we're
Red
happy to do
Seal-
Science Edition at $2, but at $4.40,
Yeah.
it's a good bet.
If Red Seal beat Russian Revolution in match race, I reckon.
Yeah.
Just
I
on
agree.
just that little bit of extra pace and that sort of thing.
All
Now
right.
this was a picnic, wasn't it?
Race 9. What a piss take this is. This horse is flying.
Surprisingly, the tempo was actually strong the first 300. So it looked really slow because no one wanted to take the
Good
lead.
to have Kathy back down south.
Yeah, but
But after that was a picnic.
I thought Kathy would lead on single gaze and she didn't,
Yeah.
and that sort of set the race up. But Gaelic shot.
Well,
No, Zara outrode him. Didn't
What's Jack and Obey doing there not leading?
exactly?
Zara's had a pretty solid day again.
They've ran market order, so
Ventura Storm is going well enough.
Abby
going forward.
Marie's big girl. Big girl. She's on track for whatever she wants. Harlem and Lord Fandango are also big, but pretty disappointing. They've been beaten by Spirit Jim here.
I reckon going back to Abby Marie, I may come back with egg on my face, but 2,000 metres might actually see her out for sort of a sit sprint. I don't know if it gets any further than 2,000 metres.
Oh, she.
I know it ran in the
She's not near a top though.
bigger pub.
She's not near the top of her preparation.
Yeah. Anyway, but Gallo chopped too good, single gaze, honest, good as expected. Hartnell, questions about the synthetic hoof filler, etc.
And when you think about
I fell into him again.
this is
He drifted hard, Hartnell too.
Yeah, I'm taking that with that top
Mind
cross
you,
at the end.
when you say drifted hard, of course it drifted hard because when something's 280 into 250, the market's got to adjust. But Hartnell was a significant drifter in the race.
How firm was the track late with all that wind? And if you've got synthetic hoof filler, you've got troubles with your feet.
Mm-hmm.
That may just be what's... Dicko noted in the run, horse wasn't travelling as well as normally does. And looking at the
that was my
replay...
opinion.
Yeah, looking
just
I went back to the replay and I actually agree, you're right. So it may just... may have felt the track a bit too more.
I am fascinated by this in-run betting. It's the next thing I'm doing.
I sit there and
Full sickness. I've got the binos up there now.
I speak to people, and of course I speak to people. I can communicate occasionally, but all these people that are, it's like betting on the cricket, right? They go, oh, I won this on the cricket. I laid them at $1.20, back them back $1.50, just easy money. I'm like, well, if you're making all the easy money, who's losing? Because, and that's the same with the in play. Who's tipping in to cop all these?
People at home.
Actually, I backed Science Edition in the running play at $4.20.
You should see how much betting he's doing, mate. It's just like watching Morphinville. Every time I go up there, he's betting on Morphinville.
I've got clients. The people have got to service the masses. Well, hopefully, the masses is quite little, but it may grow in time. But yeah, with Betfair, someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. So who is doing their paycheck every week or putting their company into liquidation, sort of thing?
I think
well, when you consider how much the corporates are making, there's more than enough money going around.
Yeah, but they're not betting in play.
No, but I'm more saying that there's, no matter where you go, there's always going to be winners and losers on everything, and the exchange has to have that.
Yeah. I thought I was a genius. I was like laying favourites that were missing the kick. Instead of laying them $1.60, I'd go $1.85, then they win by 8, and it's like, $1,850 on, yeah, real great.
no, like, there's the people out there who take like $1.20 and think it's about to piss in. Like it's one.
Oh, laying the $1.01. Yeah, there is the $1.01 shots that go down.
Oh, every
There's
day.
a severe amount of sickness, and it all sort of finds its way to Betfair.
Yeah, odds on, look on. It's still not a bad theory in the horse racing.
Old school, but it stands the test of time.
Horse of Fire.
Humidor.
Written by.
Science Edition.
Anything else?
Oh, yeah, Science Edition in a mare's race. 1,400, 1,600.
There was one horse that I mentioned. What was it?
Monty Boss.
Montoya's Secret. Montoya's Secret.
Yeah, that's fair enough. No, look, I don't...
And See Me Exceed. Alright, that's enough.
Righto.
Let's get into it.
Good
Thanks
result.
very much.
Have a good day, good week. Bye.